Hello, this is Peter Murphy, President and CEO of the Illinois Association of Park Districts. Today, we are presenting another video as part of our Legends video series. One of the missions of IAPD is to recognize outstanding park, forest preserve, and conservation district board members throughout the state of Illinois. I hope the knowledge and insights these great leaders provide will inspire you to continue to make a positive impact at your agency and in your community. Please enjoy.
Hello, I'm Wayne Utterback, Director of Communications and Digital Content for the Illinois Association of Park Districts, and I'm very pleased today to be joined by Lockport Township Park District Commissioner Jeff Rigoni for the latest edition of our IAPD Legends video series. Thank you so much for joining us today, Jeff.
Well, thanks for inviting me, Wayne.
Now, I always like to start these off by just learning a little bit more about how long you've been with your park district.
I was first elected in 1997, so I'm in my 23rd year here in Lockport.
And what have those 23 years been like?
Amazing. It's like so many people have said it before, but it's like yesterday. You know, it's my wife often reminds me that I was 42 when elected. At the end of this term, I'll be 66, and I don't know where the time has gone. It's been an amazing time.
Now, what began you on the path to become a commissioner?
A friend of mine who was a commissioner approached me and said they wanted somebody for this golf committee because the park district decided to build a golf course, and so I got onto the committee. And then a year later he asked me to run for the board, and it's been a wild ride since then. It's amazing.
Now, your experience has been amazing, but what can you tell me about the Lockport Township Park District that makes it unique and makes it special?
Unique is I think we're always looking to thinking outside the box, looking for new programs, new things. We've gotten into some public-private partnerships. What makes us special is our staff and our volunteers. Without them, we are nothing.
And what motivates you every day to come in and do your best and help out the park district?
It's just wanting to be part of that team and being one of the leaders of the team. It's seeing people grow, seeing people succeed in their profession. It's been an incredible journey.
Now, for new commissioners, there's tons of things to learn. There's always challenges that come up. What are some things that you would tell a new park district commissioner just to get them ready for the role that they're going to step into?
One, don't come in with an agenda. You need to. The IAPD has a boot camp. You really need to do the boot camp, and then seek out the other commissioners individually. Sit down with them on a one-on-one. Go to coffee with them, and just learn from what they're doing. It's and what they've been through, because it's the experience. It's often said that we stand on the shoulders of those that have gone before us, and it has never been so true as the park districts. We've got a lot of incredible people with a lot of years of experience.
Now, the one thing I hear a lot about, coming in with no agenda. How important is that to step into that role and be open to working with everyone?
Yeah, well, the park board members are the park district, and you represent the constituents that elected you to that position, and they're trusting in you to do the right thing at all times. And I would say the one biggest thing when you are a commissioner is your integrity. And that's doing the right thing when nobody's looking.
So from your own personal experience, what's a good philosophy a commissioner should adopt in order to be successful?
First and foremost is integrity. As I said before, doing the right thing when no one is looking, and making sure his constituents and his staff are taken care of, and keeping them foremost in his thoughts. He needs to make sure that the right thing is taking care of everybody, and that's what he needs to do.
Now, during your time as a commissioner, I'm sure you've worked with many top tier professionals. What would you say are some attributes you've noticed in those who really excel at their craft?
Commitment to help others. They're committed to making sure that their people are taken care of, like I said before, and that we, as professionals in the commissioner side, and on the professional side, the teamwork. We must work together, and I've just met so many people in my years doing this, and have gotten so many good friends out of this experience.
Now, you've been with the Park District for more than 2 decades. I'm sure you've seen many challenges. What are some challenges that you notice facing park districts today, and what are some ways to resolve some of those challenges?
Our challenges are many, starting with minimum wage. You know, it's a huge problem. Park districts, we're not, our part-time people, your first job, it's not designed to be a career. That is not, that's a first stepping stone into that. Some other issues it's that anybody will run into it in any kind of a government. You've got legal issues. Are you following all the right new laws that are being set up? And I know last year there were over 6,000 bills introduced in the legislature. Really, do we need to be? Is it that bad that we need 6,000 new laws? I think it's a great job the IAPD does to go through those and fight the ones that we really don't want to see become law.
Now, speaking of IAPD, what are the benefits of a commissioner getting involved with IAPD?
Oh, the friendships you will make, the professional relationships that you're going to make are just endless. Like one of our mottos, the benefits are endless, and they are. You're gonna learn so much about how states operate, how the legislature operates. The IAPD is I've told Peter before that the best thing that the IAPD does is prevent the state from doing things to the park districts that we don't need to be hamstrung with unfunded mandates and laws that really hurt us.
Now, what's your own personal experience with IAPD?
My own personal experience started, obviously coming to this state conference, I think is my 23rd year. My actual experience with IAPD started a few years ago when I got a call from Peter. They needed somebody for the Joint Legislative Committee, and I was assigned to that committee. And then shortly after that, maybe a year after that, he asked me to what I consider being on the Board of Trustees, which I said yes. And so that, when I do things, it's 100%. And as of a few days ago, I'm now on 9 committees. So it's a very rewarding, personally rewarding experience to be involved in many aspects of what goes on with the IAPD.
Now, looking over your time as a commissioner, how would you like to be remembered?
That I did my best to make this park district and the state, the parks in general, better than when I got here. That when I leave, it's better, and that's all you can ask in life.
Now, looking back on your service, what would you consider to be your greatest contribution to the field of parks and recreation? I'm
willing to think outside the box, and always looking for additional lines of revenue. We're now into 2 different public-private partnerships. I'm looking at trying to formulate another one with our director and a man that's got some money. But we've got 2 out there already that combined, I think we're bringing us in about $75,000 a year. Which we wouldn't have, and that money can go to, help programs.
How crucial are those partnerships? How important are those to a park district?
Public-private partnerships are good. They're there. I know there are a number of them that they will beautify a park, and that's nice. But 10, 20 years down the line, you have to spend more money to update and that. But these partnerships that I have gotten us involved in actually bring money into the park district, and that's huge.
Now, what's the best advice anyone has ever given you?
Talk less, listen more. That's very simple, and that's got to be it.
And what advice would you give a 20-year-old?
A 20-year-old, you got to pay your dues and be respectful. Even though you may not agree with what's being said and that, but don't be afraid to express your viewpoints. And listen to those that have gone before you. You know, there's so many of the people that have been here for a long time would just love to mentor people, and they will help you out.
Now, are there any historical figures that might inspire your work?
So many historical figures. You know, yeah, some of the presidents, and you think back to the time when this country was formed, and a lot of these men were very rich, and yet they signed their name to the Declaration of Independence. They put their lives on the line, and a lot of them were executed for it and lost everything. And yet, the idea of freedom and it was just they put that above themselves. And so, I know it's not like that today, but you've got to put yourself second and put the Park District and making the people, first.
Now, what do you see as the benefits of park and recreation services? And more specifically, are there any examples within the Lockport Township Park District that you'd like to share?
As far as benefits as what we've done, we are lucky to have the staff we have. They're very conservative. They watch the money so that we are able to go out and do other things for the community. We get into partnerships with the city. We do a fireworks display, and we do a number of projects like that. We do a Canal Days, Old Canal Days festival, and we work with the city, in different cities and different with the township that we're in. So we do a lot of things together. Trading off equipment and that they have, we use, and we give them equipment to use and do things for each other.
All right. Now, I always enjoy asking this question. If funds were unlimited, what would you like to see done for your park district?
Boy, that's a tough one. I'd like to, our Delwood Park is very old, and we have at one time there was a dam, and it's been part of it taken out because they just needed to be. It was leaking. But we have two main bridges that run through this ravine. We have a disc golf course that was recently rated. It's 27 holes going through there. That's rated number 5 in the entire world.
Wow.
We need to build a couple more bridges, but just to do the study is $25,000 to study if you can do the bridges, if the government will allow you. And then you have to build them. And we need bridges. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to do out at our golf course to improve it. We currently have, I believe it is 48 playgrounds, and we're redoing 2 to 3 a year at a cost of maybe $500,000 or $750,000 a year. We have, I believe it is 48 playgrounds. We do 2 to 3 a year, renew them, and that's around $500,000 to $750,000 a year. That's a lot of money to be spent. Wish things lasted longer, but it seems like there's, stuff doesn't last like it did.
All right. Now, what would your vision be for the future of parks and recreation in Illinois?
Realistically, to get the state out of our hair, get rid of the unfunded mandates. We need to keep our tort immunity. It's just hard sometimes when you get some of these laws that are passed and force you to cut back on services.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I have for you
you
today, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to speak with me, Commissioner, and keep doing the great work you do.
Well, thank you, Wayne. Thank you very much.
This interview was part of the Illinois Association of Park Districts Legends video series. For more interviews, please visit us at our content-rich website at ilparks.org/legends. Also, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram for all the latest videos, resources, events, and more. Thank you so much for watching.